Hello, my fellow weirdlings and weird news fans. It's Margeaux, and today I'm sharing 10 fast food orders that went horribly wrong that you can use to disgust your friends and dinner companions. If you're ready for a little stomach upset and some relatively painless brain expansion, keep watching. Fast food, do we ever really know what's in it? For these 10 unfortunate souls, it was an even bigger gamble than usual. In 2017, a woman in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, claimed she took a bite out of her chicken sandwich before discovering a small mouse baked into the bun. The woman sued the Chick-fil-A franchise owner for more than $50,000 for physical and psychological damages after they wouldn't respond to complaints. She said she was treated at a hospital for nausea, had to see a therapist for anxiety, and could hardly eat for weeks. A retired Army sergeant ordered a triple stacker burger at a military-owned outlet of Burger King in Hawaii in December of 2010. He alleges that while eating the burger, he unknowingly bit into a needle, which pierced his tongue, causing it to bleed. A few days later, he suffered severe stomach pain and found out his intestine was pierced by another needle, requiring hospitalization. He filed lawsuits against Burger King and the U.S. Army and Air Force Exchange, which operates the franchise. After 5 years, he finally received a settlement of $50,000 from the exchange after dropping the suit against Burger King. An almost 1-inch long slice of human flesh, with fingerprints still attached, was allegedly found in an Ohio man's Arby's chicken sandwich in 2005. County health investigators found the restaurant manager had sliced his thumb while shredding lettuce and had sanitized the surrounding area, but neglected to throw away the bin of lettuce. The victim sued for $50,000 for emotional damages. Not to pick on Arby's, but if that last one wasn't bad enough, a 14-year-old boy in Michigan reportedly discovered an at least 1-inch long, 1/4 inch thick, bloody chunk of human finger inside his Arby's roast beef sandwich in May of 2012, when he bit into something that tasted like rubber and spat it out. This was deemed an isolated and unfortunate accident, which began with an employee cutting her finger on a meat slicer and leaving her station without telling anyone. Arby's released a signed apology, and neither the boy nor his mother pressed charges. In October 2015, a Subway customer in Oregon requested some spinach for his Italian sub and was shocked to see a wet, dead mouse in the pile of spinach. He snapped a photo and complained to the manager, who was equally as shocked. He was given a full refund and an investigation was launched. They determined the mouse had probably been at the bottom of the bag of spinach from the spinach supplier. It was also determined that anyone who'd eaten from that spinach previously probably wouldn't suffer any ill effects. The customer's friend described the incident as the funniest and most disgusting thing he'd ever seen. In 2007, a Vermont Burger King customer was completely disgusted when he says he bit into a Western Whopper sandwich and noticed an odd rubbery taste, and found an unwrapped condom sticking out of the sandwich. He claims that when he complained to management, the matter was laughed off. The man filed a lawsuit for emotional and physical distress, settling in October of 2010 for an unspecified amount of money. Is anyone else betting it was $50,000? That seems to be the trend. In 2018, a Michigan woman claimed she bit into a McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwich and found a dead worm inside. Her meal was refunded and she filed a complaint with the local health department. She claims management accused her of lying at first, but the company later apologized. The weekly customer said she'd never eat or drink anything from McDonald's again. There have actually been quite a few similar worm allegations from other McDonald's patrons, though this one gets the most attention. In 2008, a 26-year-old New Yorker accused a Subway restaurant of baking a 7-inch serrated knife into a loaf of bread that became a part of his cold-cut 12-inch sandwich. He claims his sandwich didn't taste right and was horrified to find the knife mid-bite into the partially melted handle protruding out of the sandwich, and that it could have slashed the side of his mouth. He went on to sue Subway for $1 million in damages, saying he became sick with stomach issues for 3 hours after the incident, potentially from food poisoning from the plastic knife handle. In 2012, he ended up receiving a settlement of $20,000 and is required to follow a non-disparagement agreement. Any Subway workers want to chime in on whether there's even the slimmest possibility of this claim being true? In 2007, a Canadian family was shocked when they allegedly found a used Band-Aid in their McDonald's fries. They say in court documents that members of the family immediately became queasy, lightheaded, nauseous, and grew increasingly mortified at the thought of eating food tainted by a used Band-Aid and blood. They claim a restaurant worker came over afterward to try to get rid of the evidence. Following an internal investigation, McDonald's Canada issued a statement saying they found the family's claims to be false. However, a quick search shows multiple lawsuits against McDonald's by other customers who found bandages in their food. One West Virginia man even had a severe allergic reaction to the latex in the bandage he bit into. Employees losing their bandages in the food they're preparing is one of the more common claims in the food service industry. I've saved the best for last. In 2005, a Las Vegas woman dining at a San Jose, California Wendy's claimed she was eating a bowl of chili when she bit down on a partially cooked segment of human finger. After a police investigation to find the owner of the finger, which felt more like a game of Clue, with suspected finger donors including a deceased aunt, a mysterious ranch worker, and a rural Nevada woman who lost a finger to a pet leopard, it turned out the diner's husband had received the severed finger from a co-worker who had lost it in an industrial accident. They devised a plan to put the finger in the woman's food so they could sue Wendy's and get a huge payout. The scam drew international headlines, and the fast food chain suffered an estimated $21 million in lost business. The husband and wife both pled guilty. The woman was sentenced to 9 years in prison for a felony charge of attempted grand larceny, but was released after 4 years on good behavior. After her release, in an interview with CBS 5, she said she had prepared the piece of ring finger in her Las Vegas home, then drove it to San Jose, where she dropped it into the chili. She told the reporter other prisoners and even guards had ridiculed her and called her names, saying, "I learned my lesson and I just want to move on with my life." I bet you think this is the end of the story. However, in 2013, this genius ended up going back to prison for another 2 years for filing a false police report and felony firearm possession. After lying to police about her son being shot in the ankle by 2 men after he had accidentally shot himself, she lied to prevent her son from going to prison as a felon in possession of a firearm. He also was sentenced to 2 years. This is all I have for you today. I hope you haven't been too grossed out by these stories and will come back for more. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and bring your friends, family, COVID pod, cult members, invisible friends, and enemies. And if you want to share your own fast food nightmares, leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.